Hey everybody, so being a first-time drone user, I went ahead and got this Parrot Bebop 2. It's my first drone. I've never flown any of these drones, right? And I'm late, super late. But anyway, so far so good. I've had it for a couple of days. I'm going to make some other videos showing the footage. If you haven't seen those, check those out. But the reason I'm making this video is because, you know, obviously I was excited to get the drone, couldn't wait to fly it. So obviously not the kind of scenario where you're going to sit and read the manual first, right? Obviously you're going to check a couple of basic things, but you're going to attach the propellers and then you're going to take it out and get ready to fly. So I ran into two, I would say, major issues that delayed me getting started. So this is what I'm going to talk about. And hopefully this helps you avoid them so you can just fly straight away right after you get it and not have to face these obstacles. Alright, so the very first thing you're going to do when you get your drone, you're going to look at these propellers and you're going to attach them, right? They do give you this special tool that you can use to try to attach these propellers to the body of the Parrot. It's not the best tool in the world, let me start by saying that. So they give you this little thing right here. It has three little holes that you're going to use to align, right? And you're going to use it to tighten everything, and I'll show you that here in a second. But the very most important thing, and the manual does a horrible job of this, I'll show you. This is the guide that they give you for the placement of the propellers. Now, notice how they have different symbols right there, there, and there. Now, maybe I'm an idiot, but I could not understand what the hell that meant. Which ones are supposed to go where? So I guess the two black ones go in the back, I got that right, and the two white ones in the front. But I didn't know how you had to attach them, and so I attached them incorrectly, and my very first liftoff, it kind of, I knew right away after 5 seconds that something was wrong, so I made it land. Thankfully, nothing came of that, but pretty much, you're going to put the covered black one in the back right, like here. The open one in the bottom left, and it's the opposite for the front. So covered one top left, drone is facing that way, of course. Open one in the top right. Alright, so very important to get that placement properly, because if you don't, it's not going to fly, it's not even going to take off. Alright, so I'm going to try to put the blades on. I'm going to say try because you're going to see that I'm going to struggle with this. It's not something I can easily do. Maybe I'll get better with time, but this little piece of shit tool right here that they included doesn't really help out. So I'll speed it up, don't worry, but you'll see. And I'll show you what it's supposed to look like once you've attached them. Alright, so that was easy. Easiest one I've ever done. So you have to make sure that, and it's harder to see with a black one, I'll show you with a white one. But there are two positions where they can be the screws. Open or close. You want them to be inside of the smaller one, and I'll show you with the other one. Alright, so when you first put them in, that's not sealed right there. That's easy to go in. You want the top of the screw to be all the way on this side, so that's where you use this tool. You line it up right with the heads and you put it in place. So let me see if I can do that here real quick. Some of these I can do easily, others I struggle with, but it's crucial that you get it tight all the way to the other side. And I'll tell you about that in a second as to why. I think you can imagine why. Put these other two. There you go. See how the top of the screws are all the way on the other side. That smaller side right here. Whoops. They're right there as opposed to that beginning point. You want to make absolutely sure that they're all super tight and in the middle of this section here, as you can see there. Now it's very important, not only the placement of the blades so that it can actually fly and take off. If you don't have them right, it's just not going to take off. But most importantly, make sure you screw those blades in tight, all right? When I realized the first takeoff that my blades were incorrectly placed, I switched the front ones to the correct positions, but the ones in the back, they weren't as tight as I pointed out in the example. And both of them flew off the body of the drone, right? So luckily it was windy. One of them, I mean, it could have hit me or my dog, right? And I was a little closer than I should have been now that I think about it. So not only was that kind of dangerous, but luckily I was wearing glasses. But yeah, my dog could have gotten, you know, who knows what one of these does to a dog, right? When it hits its body. But not only that, I had to fish for them in the on the field, right? So that took me about half an hour. So very important blade placement, right? The propeller placement. Make sure they're placed as such, and very tight, right? Like I showed you, because if not, it's kind of dangerous, and you want to make sure the first couple of times maybe just give yourself some space or put some barriers between you and the drone just to be 100% safe, right? But I mean, they are plastic. I mean, probably nothing would have happened, but it's still something I didn't picture happening as a rookie, right? So hope that helps somebody else out there, and comment, like, and subscribe if you liked the video. Thank you very much for watching.
You see, mystery is an intellectual process, but suspense is essentially an